This video is designed to help import a set of data here that's basically focused on zip code population growth. So this column represents population growth across a set of years for each zip code. So the first thing we need to do is not use the territory button, which I think is what you used, and we want to use the import dataset button. Navigate out to where that data is. So we're just kind of walking through the process here that Map Business Online presents to you. Click Next. I usually double check my buckets to make sure everything's going in the right place. And in this case, your zip code column goes into zip code. That's all we need from a location perspective. Click Next. And then we just need to make sure that that the naming column is correct. I guess for lack of anything else, I would use municipality there. And I was just going to focus on that one population growth function, which is right here, total population growth. And that's what I'm going to focus on using in Map Business Online. And I'm going to plot the data. There's more flexible fields that you can put in the labels. You have up to 5, but I just was looking at that. Click Done. What that does is that places points on the map, which we're not going to use. It also puts the data in Map Business Online, which you can now see in the data window. Your data window's always available right there, and if you click a point, you can see connectivity between the points on the map and the data window. But as I mentioned, I'm going to close the data window, and we're just going to undo the point layer. And then we're going to go up to the boundary button, and we're going to choose the zip code layer, which is already turned on over here. It knows that this is the data that's going to be color-coded because there's no other data that's been brought into Map Business Online. And I'm just going to go down to growth, total population growth, total, and then 5 ranges. You had mentioned 5, so I'm just going to stick with 5. There's something in the data that's driving some of these negative numbers and decimals. I went in and tried to change the formatting on the actual column of data and make it just a number with no decimals, but there's decimals being brought to the analysis, and that may be because of the formula that you've got in there, and also you've got in Denver, and I think in one other section, you've got a formula that's generating zeros on the map in terms of growth in the data. And I would deal with that. So I'm just going to go 1 to, I'll go 250. I always do ranges in sort of a natural break. And you can see that the large end of it, the most per zip code is going to be 11,156 in terms of the result population, the growth. And so I'm just going to, make it sort of what you'd think it would be in some sort of a similar analysis where you break it down in gradations. That makes sense. And then you can pick and choose your color coding. And I would either assign it myself, like make the top one red, maybe make that one orange, and sort of a gradual approach like that. But then click Done. And that will give you a legend, which you can edit. That little gear right there lets you go in and edit the legend so you can make it more succinct. You can always go in and edit the colors. You can change in the zip code layer. Click the edit gear, and you can change the background data of the zip code, the color of the zip codes. And in this case, I would actually make those zip codes boundaried gray. I like the way that pops. And then you can change the transparency as well. So you could kind of make the colors lighter or make it fully opaque if you wanted to, or close to it. It's up to you in terms of how you want to manage that. That's basically what I would do. And I'm going to sign off and send this over